Hey everyone, welcome. Welcome, guys. We'll get started shortly. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. We'll get started shortly here. Welcome, everyone. We'll get started shortly. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. We'll get started shortly. Welcome, everyone. This evening is trading in the zone, trend following and trading systems. We'll get started shortly. We'll get started shortly, guys.
Hi, David.
Hello, hey Randy, welcome. We'll get started shortly, guys. All right, welcome, guys. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Hey, Ranjit, welcome. Hey, Kawisi, welcome. Hey, Dean, welcome. Solomon, welcome. Salva, welcome. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started. We've got a lot of information to go over here this evening. All right, I'm going to share my screen. All right, hey, Arthur, welcome. All right, I do not have good news this evening. I wish I had better news, right? All right, but the markets, Forex, all right, is consolidating quite a bit. All right, we've got only 17 guys, 17 pairs. Here they are, right here, right? 17 pairs out of 57 pairs, right? And they are consolidating. So here, all these pairs down here are consolidating. 1 second here. So here, these are the pairs here that are above 20. All right, above 20, trying to trend. All the rest of these pairs here, look here, right? All these pairs from 18. Right, 18 all the way down to 57, right? They're all in a tight consolidation. All right, so all these pairs here in a very, very tight consolidation. I know it's hard to see here. All right, but in a very, very tight consolidation. All right, so for our Forex traders, we really, unless you were in a position and that position is holding, right, we need to be out of Forex. All right, we need to be totally out of Forex. All right, now at some point, if things open up, right, we might break out of this consolidation, but that's not the case right now. So we need to follow these markets, right? I've been getting calls from traders, right? What's going on with the market? All right. So that's what's going on. Hey, Dean, you have a question?
Yes, David. So I had a question regarding the Forex.
Okay.
There's one, and I know, and I've been watching it, and you know, I obviously have the scalper. So
Yes.
I was looking at, I had a question on the EURUSD.
EURUSD, okay.
Yeah.
EURUSD. Second here. Hey, Bill, welcome, Bill.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I didn't see the buy signal on yours. I was like, why do I have a buy signal 12-1 and you don't? Okay, it just popped up.
Okay, so what are you looking to do? Are you looking to do anything here?
Well, yeah, I was looking at on the 240. There was a buy signal on December 1st, and then it looks like it's battling with the EMA, and I was wondering. I mean, when you see this, like, is it too late to get in the trade because now it's going into? It looks like it's consolidating or trying to bounce off that support there on the right hand side. Do I not go in even though the buy signal came in on the first? Is it too late to get into that trade?
Okay, so let's talk about this. All right. So let's talk about this. All right. All right. Okay. So when we trade, right? When we trade, there are times when we need to put capital to work, and then there are times when we need to pull back. All right. And I always say, right, not trading is trading. Right. So not trading is actually a trade, right? We decide not to put capital to work, not to risk capital, and that's sometimes that's a good place to be. All right. Now we haven't had a rotation, meaning we haven't had a real movement in Forex for a while, right? We haven't called a rotation for perhaps a month and a half, 2 months. All right. The concern will, so let's talk about the environment that we're in. All right. So, you know, this evening, we're going to talk about trading in the zone, trend following. So not only do we need to follow the trends, but we need to have a trend, okay, to follow. All right. Yeah. So trend following, but we need a trend to follow. All right. And then utilizing our trading systems. Okay. So then we'll start off with your trade here. All right. Okay. And then everyone just kind of follow along. And then I want to hear any ideas you guys have also. Okay. The first thing we want to pay attention to before we do anything, okay, then on everyone else is this, the environment of the Forex market. And those of you guys who have been with us, following us for a while, you know, we really focus on what the markets are doing. All right. Is the markets consolidating? All right. So is Forex consolidating? And we base that on the 240, all right, on the 240-minute time frame, which is right here. All right. That's the 240-minute time frame. All right. This we have two in Monster Scalper. We have our radars here, right? Our radars, which tells us which direction the pairs are going, up or down, right? Up, down, or neutral here. Here, which I think this is critical, this is important, but this is perhaps more important, which will tell us which pairs are trending, moving up here, high here, right? So out of all these pairs here, right, 57 pairs, right? How many pairs are trending? But the cool thing about this, right, is that we can see from here whether the market, the Forex market as a whole, is trending or consolidating. Hey, Yokid, welcome. All right. And Yokid has been with us for several years, almost 4 years. Yokid, how long have you been with us? 4 years now? Has it been 4 years or 3 years? Off and on? Let's see here. All right. So if you guys look here, all right. So Dean, before you do anything here,
Yeah.
before you do anything here, hey, Essence, welcome. All right. Before you do anything here, look here.
That's why I was asking, and I'm confused.
Yeah.
It's way at the bottom.
Yeah. So if you look here, from here, guys, look here, all these pairs here. And a lot of Forex traders are not aware of this, right? They're not aware of the condition of the Forex market, right? They usually just focus on one pair, one or two pairs, right? Right. We have the benefit of being able to focus, see what the entire market is doing. So if we've got 18 through 57 pairs that are below 20 red and consolidating, that's not good. That's not good. Right? That's not good. We actually want to see the reverse. Right? We want to see the reverse. What we would like to see in Forex is this. We would like to see all of these pairs here, all these pairs, the majority of the pairs, all right? Yellow and above 20, right? And then we don't mind having a few pairs like this here, right? These pairs here, right? Down in this area here, all right? And who here has seen this? Who here has seen when we've had a rotation, right? When we've had a rotation, who wants to talk about this when we've had a rotation? Hey, Bill, you want to talk about that? When we've had a rotation, what you notice, what happens here?
So when we're in a rotation, we have more that are above the 20 mark. And then we look for the groups, specifically like the dollar or the yen pairs, to all travel sort of together. So they'll all be in the markup phase, or they'll all be in the down phase. And we'll know, we'll say that that rotation is moving, and that's what we'll keep our eye on.
Now, let me ask you, would you trade this, Bill? You've been here for a while now. Would you trade this market? Would you put a lot of capital to work right now?
Oh, no, not now. No, with everything that's right now in red, I'm just sitting here watching it and, looking for a bargain. It might go another couple weeks like this, right?
Yeah, we'll find out.
The VIX was up over 20. What is it, in the 22 mark or 22 area now? So wouldn't it start to move a little bit, David?
We'll see. Right. We're right now, we just don't know.
Okay.
To be
What about for stocks?
yeah, we'll go over stocks in a minute. All right. Thanks, Bill. But I wanted you guys to hear from someone who've been with us for a while, right? Taj has been with us, Yokid has been with us for a while. But this right here is critical. So Dean, before you do anything, and I'll go to the chart for a minute. All right, yeah. I'll go to the chart. And this is for, we need to know right? When not to trade, right? And most importantly, we need to know when to trade. All right.
Hi, hi David.
Hey,
Just a
Ranjit.
stupid question. I'm
No
not much
stupid
into,
questions.
yeah, not much into this Forex, but what are
Okay.
those number, by the way?
Okay.
So,
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, because this is important here, I'm going to open it up here a bit here. All right. Give me a minute here. So we'll increase the font size here. All right. So we'll increase that to 12. Okay. So here, this should be better. Can you guys see this now? Can you see this better?
yeah, this is better.
Okay. All right. Let's move it here. Okay. All right. Let's talk about this. All right. Like I said, not trading is trading because we are protecting our capital, right? We are protecting our capital, and we might be able to shift it into put it in a different market. So look here, right here. All right. This is pretty cool. All right. So these numbers here, right? Ranger, these numbers here, 20, right? 20 and above. 20 and above. If it's 20 and above, that means, right, we're either getting close to breaking resistance, near resistance, right? Let's call it a high consolidation. All right. 20, let's say it's around 20. One second. Yeah, bless you.
Bless you.
El Salvador, yeah. The 4 hours, yes, definitely that's why we use the 4 hours. We can do it on the hourly time frame. I like to do it on the 240 because we can get a really nice trend on the 240. Okay. So if you guys look here, this number right here, 20, right? 23, 24, 25. I would say anywhere under 30 right here. All right. And we'll take a look at some of these symbols here. They're perhaps near, high, near, all right, around the accumulation phase. They might be near resistance, but not breaking resistance. Or support, All right. So this is either or. Right? This could be trending down or up. All right. Once it gets to about 30, right? 30 and above 30. Now it's not exact. All right. But it works really well. 30, 35, right? Then we are in perhaps early in the markup phase. All right. We only have out of 57 pairs that we track, we only have 17. Think about that, right? So out of 57 pairs, we only have 17. So the majority of the other pairs down in here, right? They're consolidating. So if it's below 20, it's range bound. So if it's below 20, red, below 20, the lower that number gets, right? The tighter the consolidation. All right. So let's say, for instance, 18 we might have a consolidation like this. All right. Let's say 16 might have a consolidation like this. Let's say if it's 9, it might have a consolidation like this, as an example. All right. Now, when we get, as we break here, right, as we get into the yellow symbols, right, yellow numbers, right, moves higher, then we're starting to break out, right, that markup phase. Okay, so let's take a look at a few examples. But the important thing to know here is that the majority, a large percentage I would say about a good 80%, right? 75, 80% of the pairs are consolidating. Okay, so look here. All these pairs down here, look at this. In red, right? They're consolidating. They're not trending. They're not breaking resistance. They're not going through that markup phase. Okay.
So anything
So far?
here, we don't know which direction it's going.
Well, we don't care. Yeah, we don't know which direction it's going here, right?
Mm.
And we don't really, yeah, we don't know which direction. All we know that they're either trending long, short, up or down, or they're consolidating. All right. So, Dean, I'm going to get back to your pair in a second. Euro dollar. All right. Don't let me forget. All right. I want to show you guys something here. So here is our most consolidating pair. It's New Zealand yen, and it's consolidating at 9.72. That's right here, 9.72. All right, 9.72. Look here for a second. If we're not aware of this, if we're not aware, there are two things happening, right? The market, Forex is consolidating, and I know it's hard. I know it's hard not to trade, right? I know we want to trade. I know it's hard. I get texts, messages, calls from traders. David, what's going on? Right? Right? I know it's hard, but guess what? It is what it is. And not trading is trading. So if we look here and we look here, and I don't care how good you are, this is not tradable. All right. Here it is right here. New Zealand yen, it's at 972. Those of you who trade Monster Scalper, right? You should write this down. You should write this down. Okay. If it's below 20, we don't want to trade it. If it's consolidating like this, look at this. This is not a trend.
Okay.
All right. Look here. Look how many times, and the system will give you a good indication, right, as to what's happening. Is it tradable? No, it's not. Here, right? This is trading systems, right? Right? Trading in the zone, trend following, right? So look here. It failed here, right? Try to hit resistance up here, failed. Try to hit resistance here, failed, right? Right here, another buy signal failed. And guess what? Have another buy signal. Guess what? That's failing here.
Mm.
It doesn't matter how much we want this pair to move higher and break resistance. Right now, it's consolidating right here. It's not going to happen. Same with this pair here. Same with this pair here. Same with this pair here. Right? So what a lot of traders will do, they'll continue to trade this and trade this and trade this. You know, there is now if you put it, I don't even want to talk about a smaller time frame, because guess what? You're gonna get, you might get a few pips, but guess what? I rather try to catch this trend here rather than fool around with this right here. Look at this here. Look at this. There's nothing here. Absolutely nothing here. All right. Now, let's take a look. Any questions on this? Does this make sense?
Yeah, thank you. You answered my question because I got confused. I was like, why is it in the red? But I'm looking at the buy signal, but I'm not looking at the overall big picture, basically, the consolidation.
Yeah, so there are two things, right? The market, the condition of Forex. Now, we do this with stocks too, right? We can do that with stocks. Bill mentioned the VIX, right? So we can do that with equities. We do it a bit differently, right? We do it differently with equities. All right, we do it differently with equities. So the first rule is, what is the condition of the market, the Forex market, right? is it consolidating the whole market now, not the pair that we want to trade? The whole market. Is it consolidating or is it trending? Is it consolidating? If it's consolidating, right? If it's we need to stay away. Now, there are traders out there, right? And I don't, I rather wait for the trends, but I will, I give you guys both sides. All right. There are traders out there that will try to trade this. They might put it on a smaller time frame and try to trade this. All right. Very difficult. Very difficult. This is where most traders, this is what happens. This is where most traders will try to trade. They will lose, right? Lose a lot of their capital, right? And by the time the markets get ready again, they're out of capital or they're totally exhausted. And those of you who've been trading for a while, you know what I mean, right? All right. So what we want to do is we want to stay out. All right. Let me take a look at another pair here. So we going higher here. Here is 13. Let's see what this one has here at 13. Look at this one here at 13. Right. Hold on here. Is let me ask you, Dean. I know that Aussie CAD. Are you still in that trade? I haven't looked at it.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so it hasn't given a sell signal.
No, it's actually it went to a white signal and then it bounced up and recovered.
Okay, all right, good. Okay, here, look here, same thing here. All right. Now, what we should be doing, let me ask you guys, if Forex is consolidating like this, right? If it's consolidating like this, right? The majority of the pairs are below 20 and consolidating. All right. And we'll take a look at a few here. What could we be doing or what should we be doing? Anyone? Hey, Joe, welcome. Welcome, Joe. What should we be doing? Or what can we do now?
Hi, Dave. How you doing?
Hey, good, Joe. Welcome.
Thank you.
Anyone?
You said, what should you be doing right now?
Yes.
Since it's consolidating like that, I'll just move on to the next chart.
The next what?
Move on to the next chart.
The next chart. All right. The next chart. All right.
Because it's just consolidating. It's pretty much done with the sale.
Okay. What's your name? I don't have your name. I only see iPhone. What's your name, please?
Jessica.
Hey, Jessica. Welcome. Welcome, Jessica. All right. All right. Go on to the next chart. But let's say the whole market. Let's say, Jessica, the entire Forex market, right, is what's happening here. The entire Forex market as a whole, right? We only have, right, only a small percentage, right? Let's say, 25% or so of the pairs are barely trying to break out, right? The other 75% are in a consolidation. What, and I want you guys to think about what should we do? And yeah, move on. You said move on, right? But move on to what?
Hey, Dave, I would wait for the buy signal.
A buy signal on what?
Yeah.
You can sit on cash or go to different sectors.
It's consolidating. So after that, wait. If a buy signal comes in, that's what I would wait for.
So you would wait for a buy signal where, Joe?
Right after the white candles.
Okay.
Right now it's consolidating at the bottom, right?
Okay. Yeah. All right. All right. So what comes after? Look here. Look here. What comes after? Let's do this. So where most of us will get frustrated, right? 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 We should be getting ready, right? So
Yeah, means like this is the consolidation, so it will mark up phase will come up once it breaks the resistance.
Yep.
all right. So where are we right now with that? Let me go. I have to go back and forth. Hold on. All right. So okay. What phase are we in here?
Accumulation.
Accumulation. And then what phase is this here? What phase is this here? What
It's
phase is
in a
this?
sell trend.
Markdown.
Markdown, right?
Mark-
Markdown. So it's the markdown phase, right? So I want you guys to
Mhm.
think. All right. And then watch this. Watch this, okay, Dean? Because we are going to go back to your euro dollar trade. Okay. So watch this. All right. So we want to think differently than everyone else, right?
Mhm.
All right. So look, that's a perfect markdown phase. Yeah, we got some consolidation in here, but this is a markdown phase. If we go here, look here, stay with me. Right. So the 4 market phases, you guys should see that, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So let's go through it quickly. And by knowing this, right, then we can sit back and wait, right? And right, like others say, preserve whole capital, right? Whole cash. All right. So accumulation, markup, right? Right. Joe said buy, wait for a buy signal on a break of resistance here, markup, right? Phase 1, phase 2, right? Phase 3, distribution. Phase 4, this is why we go through this. Markdown phase. So that pair currently is in the markdown phase. It's consolidating currently.
Mm.
Guess what? All we've got to do is wait for a buy signal right here. But not just that individual pair. We want to wait for the whole market to move, right? But if we start getting buy signals with those pairs at the bottom there, right? As they move higher, they're gonna give buy signals, and we'll know that hey, markets are ready. They're moving again. All right. So guess what? If we buy now, we're buying in here. We're trying to trade within that accumulation phase, which is not tradable. You're gonna lose money here trading here, right? We need to wait till the buyers come in. We'll know that when the price breaks resistance right here. So right now, we're gonna go back to the chart and we're gonna focus on just this area right here, right here. All right, that markdown phase and what we should be doing. That's why I asked, what should we be doing right now? Right? What should we be doing right now? All right. We don't have to go into another market. We don't have to do that. We can wait, right? We can wait and be patient. All right. We don't always have to be trading. All right.
So do we set alerts?
No, just watch your system once a day. It's on a forward time frame, once a day. You know, we do have the email alerts, but you guys don't need that, right? Just pay attention to what's going on, right? And then we'll go through it in the classes too, and we'll send updates. Okay, but look here, markdown phase, right? Distribution. So let's draw it out.
Yeah.
Let's draw it out. So distribution up here, distribution, right? Broke support, sellers came in, markdown, right? This is the markdown phase. And this will be similar with the majority of these that are in red. All right. Markdown phase, right? Accumulation, long accumulation, right? Support, right? Here is resistance. Let's say resistance is about, we've got pretty good resistance right here. We have some right here, but we'd say resistance right here. So look here, it's trading near the bottom here, right? So we have to wait, right? Buyers to come in, right? Break resistance. And then guess what? We could take it higher. If we don't wait for this and we trade it here, we can lose. All right. Can we trade this? Let me ask you guys, is this tradable? Can we trade this? Let me ask you guys, can we trade this? As traders, could you trade this? Yes, no, maybe.
Well,
Okay.
based on everything that you've explained, it's not tradable.
Well, it is tradable. We can trade anything, right?
Mhm.
All right. I want you guys to think about this. This is your hard-earned money.
Yes,
Remember,
it's not right now. It's just a waste of time.
but why?
Wait for the right opportunity for maximum benefit.
But why?
Like once it breaks the resistance, then it will get a nice upward swing.
Yeah.
Then we can just get more profit
But why?
right now.
But
We
why?
want to preserve our capital so then when the time comes, we can actually use it and not be tired. What's the word I'm looking for?
But why? Why?
Because it can. We don't know if it can break support and go even lower.
Okay. I mean, all that sounds good, right? But why don't we want to trade here? I mean, we can trade it. It's tradable.
It's too choppy. It's not. The risk is not. I guess it's not worth it. A lot of people can lose money that way.
We don't know whether it's going to go lower or higher.
Okay. Why else?
Going back to your original statement, not being in a position is a position. So while we wait, that itself is a trade. And you keep your capital. And once the breakout is confirmed, you actually put the money in line. But in the meantime, while you wait is a trade.
Okay. All right. I want you guys to think of it like this. And because a lot of times, all this sounds great, right? But when you think of it like this, right? This is our hard-earned money. It is, whether it's $100, $1,000, $2,000, right? Some of our traders trade, 10,000, 20,000. Now that you guys know what's happening here, right? I've gone through this here. You know what's happening here with price. Would you put $5,000? I'm going to ask you guys, would you guys put $5,000 on this trade?
That's a different story.
I mean, really, would you put five? If I said, okay, here, Dean, here is $5,000. Now, I'm not going to just give you that $5,000. You're going to have to go to work.
Mhm.
You're going to have to do something that's very hard, right? I don't know, dig ditches or whatever to earn that $5,000. And now you're going to take that $5,000 and you're going to put it on this trade. And guess what? If you lose that $5,000, it's gone. Do you put it on this trade?
No,
No,
no.
no.
There's no signals or anything there.
But forget about the signals. It's the condition of not only the market, the condition of this trade, this pair here.
Another thing, I think it was Kem that pointed out to me, he said, when you put money into a trade like this, you're tying good money up that you can't use when another opportunity comes along. So you
Yep.
want to make sure that if you're going to park your money, it's going to work for you, or you're going to make plans to park your money.
Yep.
Well said.
Yep.
I have a question, another question, David. So that's all great and good and said and good and everything like that. It breaks the resistance line, the resistance. You get a buy signal. But what else would you look at to say, okay, now is the time to get in? Because, and the reason why I am asking is when I look up at the left-hand side, I see, it must have been 10:25. There was a buy signal, and then there was a bunch of white areas,
Here?
and then it's
On the
yeah,
chart?
yeah, right. Go over the next buy. Yeah, that one. Right. No. Right there. Yeah, this one. So it seemed like there was a buy signal and then it sold and it went down. Then another buy signal. So it wasn't even really a consistent or strong. My question is, would you have bought at that point too? Because it doesn't look like you would have gained much in that area. So my feeling is, okay, what would be my incentive if there was a buy signal, if it broke the resistance on the 12.7 or 12.9 or whatever that is? What would be my incentive to say, okay, you know what, it's going to ride all the way back up to $1?
Okay. Let me ask you. That's a good question. Do you think we traded this?
No.
Why not?
It's kind of similar to the bottom there. There's just choppy and
Yeah. 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 Now, do you think we might have traded this?
I want to say short. I would have shorted it, but you said don't short.
Well, yeah, you too early, right? You're still learning, right? But
Yeah.
there were some short opportunities here.
Uh-huh.
There were some short opportunities here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Dave, also the daily and weekly also shows still in the markdown.
Mm-hmm. The point is this, right? The point is this.
Mm-hmm.
The point is this. We have to be very selective. You guys notice for almost 2 months now, we haven't called a rotation.
Mm-hmm.
Who's here that's really traded? Bill. Bill has been Forex. Taj, I don't know, Taj, if you using your system currently. Bill, when was the last time we called a rotation?
Oh, a good one? Oh, it's been a couple of months now, right?
Yeah.
It's been, we thought we had one, I think in September, didn't we? We had a nice little pop there with $1 for, it wasn't much longer than a couple of weeks, right?
Yeah. So we've really been out of Forex for, without a rotation for a good 2 months. So we would not have traded, we would not have traded this. We didn't trade Forex. We didn't have a rotation in November, right? We didn't have a rotation. I don't think we had a rotation in October. I think we were coming out of a rotation, right? In October.
We thought the yen was going to move, and it looked like it was for a day or two, and then it kind of stalled out.
Yep. So we would not have traded this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, how do we know that we have a rotation, right? And the markets are moving. How do we know? Right? We know here. We'll know not based on what we think and want, okay, but based on what's happening here, right? This is good. This is really good here, right? We see the pairs here, all blue, that's good, right? But this is what we need to pay attention to right here. And we'll know when this is reversed, when we've got 75%, 80%, and you guys will hear me say, right? We've got 75%, 80% of the pairs here that are in yellow, the market is starting to move, right? Forex is starting to move.
So
Right.
would that be what we would call momentum when the market overall is moving into that?
Momentum, volatility, right? Volatility. Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't matter. Now, do we have pairs? There are individual pairs, and I'll say, hey, be selective, right? Just be selective. If you're going to trade, right? Be cautious, be selective, right? So then you had looked at this one here. This was your first trade. That was a very specific trade, right? It was a very specific trade, right? Right here, right? A very specific trade. So when the market condition is like this, right? And you have that $5,000, first of all, boy, I wouldn't put $5,000 in this market, right? I might, might put 500, right? But not 5,000. So you can reduce that a size. Now, when the market, when it has a new rotation, then you can put more capital to work. Then you could trade more, right? So it's not that you can't trade, right? You have to be very selective. Here is, I think this one here is a good trade. Look at this trade right here, New Zealand CAD. This is a great trade going here. You remember I said, pay attention, guys, there's a move going on in the CAD. I've said the CAD, you guys can trade the CAD, your pair there, Dean, is a CAD, is an Aussie CAD. That was the one we got you in there, the Aussie CAD. So the CAD pairs are moving, right? But that's a very specific trade, right? And it's an isolated trade. It's the only group really, right? If you guys look here, right? If you look here, right? Pound CAD is the second top trending pair, right? Number 4 is dollar CAD, right? Then 7 is Euro CAD, right? 8 is New Zealand CAD. And then CAD yen is right here. CAD yen, that's going to the downside. All right. Aussie CAD, that's yours right here. So out of the 17 pairs, look here, out of the 17 pairs that are trying to make a move, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of those pairs are CAD pairs.
But even like the US CAD, I mean, that. Oh, I thought I just saw that US. Oh, the yellow was blocking. So even like if I look at the US CAD and on the right hand side, I'm like, oh, 33.99. That seems good. Then I go over and I see, oh, it's up. But then when I look at it, that scares me. It's just like, when I look at the chart, I'm like, oh, geez.
So let's take a look at the chart. Let's see what the chart.
David, should I stay in Neo? I have some money in it.
Was that Otto?
Sorry, I was just wondering if you can look at the 4 hour for the Neo stock. I was just wondering if there's any signals.
Okay, 1 second. Okay. I wanted to take a look at 1 second, Otto. I wanted to take a look at your euro dollar, Dean. So what can we tell from the chart?
It's the USD CAD.
Yeah. I thought it was the euro dollar, right? The one that you were looking at, the euro dollar. I thought it was this one. The first one you mentioned, euro dollar.
Oh, the first one. Yeah, that's the first one I mentioned. Yes.
Yeah, euro dollar. Okay, so let's take a look at it. Okay. So what's wrong with this? So Dean mentioned this trade, right? So now with everything that we know, right? We know the condition of the market, right? The euro dollar, where is it at on here? Doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter, right? All right. So what do we do here? So you got a buy signal here. Now, not every buy signal is a good buy signal, right?
Yeah,
Not
that's
every,
what I have to. Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's what I'm beginning to realize.
So the buy, so think of the buy signal. The buy signals are always coming and going. It never stops.
Right.
All right. It's like a train track, right? A train, right? We're gonna stop, get out, get on, and we're gonna get off. We're gonna get on and get off. It never stops. Our job is to figure out the best time and place to get on and off.
Mm.
Okay. All right. So looking at this price action here, looking at this chart, right? So we looked at the environment, looked at the pairs, right? We know the market is consolidating. What can we tell from this chart? And Dean says, hey, it's got a buy signal here. I'm considering getting into this trade. Anything we can tell from the chart?
The reason why I asked is because, yeah, it went on the buy signal, I think on the first, and then it bounced, it went down. I guess it tested that resistance or support. It tested the support and it bounced back up. So I said to myself, I guess in my, my other self, not my monster self, oh, without this, I would look for a buy signal and I would go in if the buy signal came out of that.
Okay. All right, very good. Anyone else? What can we tell from the chart? All right, no, you still have that 5K. You still have that 5K you want to put on a trade, and we're anxious, right? We're anxious to get on that trade, make some money, right? We've got 5 grand. What do we do here? What can we tell from this chart?
So because it did a higher high, wouldn't I get in again if it broke that resistance on that high? It went above the high.
You could do that, right? Now we're using our systems. So we're using the system to help us. We're using the system to help us. We're using the 4 market phases to help us. And we know overall the market is not healthy. It's consolidating, right?
Okay.
All right. So use your system. Use your system. Use your system. Use the 4 market phases. All right. And just keep in mind the condition of the overall Forex market. And so now, what do we do here? What do we do with?
David, I have 15,000 on Neo. I don't know if I should exit.
All right, we're gonna focus. Yeah, we're gonna focus right here for now. All right, let's focus for right here for now. This is
The market's
important.
gonna close in like 3 minutes.
I can't help you. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay. All right, let's focus here. All right. So Dean, it's a reason. There's a reason why you brought up this, right? Because you obviously you had a concern. Hey, is this tradable?
Yeah.
Right. So can anyone help Dean out? I'm not there. I'm not around, and you guys, you're in front of your screens and you have to analyze. This is what you have to do, right? Right? You're in front of the screens. I've given you guys the condition of the Forex market, right? So you know the condition of the market, right? Here is the condition of the market. You know it's consolidated, right? You're looking at this chart right here. We're going to focus right here, euro dollar. What do we do here? How do we analyze this chart? Use your systems and then use the 4 market phases. And you've got 5K.
Well, since it's in the red, it's like all the way down at the bottom on that interval. Even though it was a buy signal and still showed support, because of the condition of the market, you're saying you still wouldn't get into that based on the system.
I don't know. I don't know. I might get in.
Mm.
Okay. Does anyone want to help? Okay.
What's the question?
Okay. Okay. Let me go through it. Okay. So we're using the system, right? What do we know about purpose, support, and resistance? What do we know about purpose? What happens when we get purpose, support, and resistance? And we flash in purpose, support, and resistance all over the place.
There's a
Lower lows
potential
and
that it
lower
might
highs.
change direction.
There's a potential that it might change direction. And which direction might it change?
Low.
It might go like this, right? Lower, because it's going up, right? So lower, right? Lower highs, lower lows. We know we get in lower highs, lower lows when we get purpose, support, and resistance.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. So we want to use the system. All right. So what's the other thing? We are not, right? You remember we looked at the trade, right? Where we were coming down, it did this, right? To that markdown phase, right? And Joe mentioned, hey, we're gonna wait for a break. We're gonna wait for a buy signal. Is that what's happening here? Is that what's
Nope.
happening here?
Nope. No.
No. This trade is done, Dean. Done. It's absolutely done. Right? So look here. So look here. So look here. Here is your markup phase right here. This could be start of distribution here. So could you imagine entering up here rather than down here? Could you imagine, right? Could you imagine entering up here with the conditions of the current market? And we've got purpose, support, and resistance flashing all over the place. All over, it's a lot of them. It's a lot of them.
Yes, I see it. I see it.
We have more purple than yellow.
Okay. I needed to hear. Thank you. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
You'd be better off turning your system off and reading a chapter out of Trading in the Zone tonight, and then starting over tomorrow and trying to force something tonight.
Well, I read it twice. I did the audiobook and I'm going through it again. I'm highlighting the important pieces.
Yeah, but it's the important, yeah. And yeah, and mindset is important, but we need to know why, right? Why, and yeah, having the right mindset, but it's because look here, we can have a great mindset, right? And we could be all pumped up and ready to go, right? And guess what? Guess what? This trade isn't ready to go. It's ready to end.
Yeah.
Right. All right. So understanding, right? Understanding how the systems work, right? And everyone, even if you do not have the system, just understand, right? Within the markup phase, there are lower highs, right? Lower highs and lower low. Here is where the price made a lower low. Here is where the price made a lower low. Here is where the price made a lower low. Here is where the price made a lower low. And every time, right, the sellers are coming and pushing that price down below support. Here is support. Price is below support, right? Here is support, below support, right? That's a lot of pressure on the buyers. All right. And the buyers are having a very difficult time moving higher. That's why we have purpose, support, and resistance. Okay. So, and not only do we have purpose, support, and resistance, we are looking to enter near the high of the chart, not at the bottom, not where it's
Mm.
trying to break resistance here in the markdown phase, right? We're trying to buy over here. This will get us in trouble, and it does. It will get us in trouble a lot, right? A lot. Now, there is a time when we can do this. When would be a good time to take a trade like this? I always say there's always two sides to it, right?
Mhm.
When would it be an absolute great time to take that buy signal? Anyone? Anyone? When would be a great time to take this buy signal here? What would have to show up? All right, let me tell you. Yellow support
Yellow
and
resist- yeah.
yellow support and resistance. All right, yellow, no purple, yellow support and resistance. And one more thing we would need. This could be a great trade, Dean. One more thing, right? We need at least 70 to 80% of the pairs above yellow moving up. So now we got the market behind us, right? We have volatility behind us. Markets are moving either up or down, doesn't matter. But we've got more pairs. All right. So let's say we've got, let's say, I would say 50 pairs, 47 pairs. Let's say 47, 45 pairs, all in yellow, right? Markets, Forex is moving. It's not in a consolidation, right? You got yellow candles. Guess what? Right? I mean, I'm sorry, yellow support and resistance. Yeah,
Mm.
you might take this. It's
Okay.
not as risky, right?
Got it. Got it.
You could take it. Now, the markdown phase, right? We want to buy the bottom left, middle, or right? That's what we want. But you can take this trade and hopefully you get another trade like this, right? You might get another trade, right? But you don't have it. You have the market failing, right? You have purple support and resistance. Those are clear warnings, right? That price is having a very difficult time moving higher. And right, we are in the. I would say, boy, if we break support, if we break this here level here, or even this level here, right? That's the markdown phase. Very, very, very tough. And look here, prices, trying to make lows here. Very tough. It's having a very, very difficult time making higher highs.
David, you use that same concept with not just Forex, but stocks as well, the same mindset.
Absolutely. 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 So we'll end with this. Absolutely. All right. So we'll look at the sectors. We'll look, Bill mentioned the VIX earlier, and we're watching the equity markets. And it doesn't look, I mean, I got messages from some of our traders today, David, do you think that the Christmas rally will last? And guess what? It might not, and we'll see, right? But we've had some selling this week, and as much as this might be the end, it might be the end, right? Right? It might be the end. We've seen the VIX moving up right now, right? It's at 22 right here. It was at 19. All right. Here is a concern here. We got a red candle right here today, a small red candle here. Here's the buy signal. Here is support here. If that continues tomorrow, this is on the daily time frame, we will get a sell signal, right? If selling comes in on the Russell. Same thing here on the NASDAQ. It's been struggling. Purple support and resistance right here. All right. We got some white candles. Here is support right here. We got pretty good support. If this fails, whether it's today, Friday, tomorrow, Friday, early next week, if the buyers do not come in, right, and start moving this market higher, sellers come in, right, we get a sell signal, we have to change. We have to get out. You'll have to look at your positions. If you're in stocks, look at your long positions. All right. And if they give you white candle, or not white candle, but a red candle sell signal, we have to close. We have to close and get out. All right. This market, and I've been saying, this market can turn around at any time. It can turn around anytime, just like this buy signal failed. All right. Just like this buy signal failed. This buy signal here could fail right here, and then it can do this. Our job is to pay attention, right? And get out, protect, right? It would be nice, wouldn't it be great if it just goes up like that? I mean, that would be great. Right? But this is where we get in trouble, right? We hope that it goes up like this. We can't do that, right? So if it does, listen, right? It's at a critical point. If it fails support here, fails support here, fails support here, fail right here, right? And guess what? It might, that Christmas rally, this might have been the Christmas rally right here. That's it right here. Yeah. All right. And guess what? The VIX might move up. The VIX might move up to 30. Right. And all of a sudden, guess what? Market's coming down again. All right. So yeah, every single market, Dean, every single market, every day, you guys see how quickly it moves. It moves quickly.
Thank you for that, David. Thank you for that. Just that little, I mean, you've said it more than once with the yellows and the purples, and yeah, I got it, but it just clicked. It just clicked. I was like, oh shit. Oh my God, I just get it.
Yeah, those purple and those purple lines, boy, look here. Those purple lines, that's a warning. That's a warning, that price. And the reverse is true, right? When price in the so we can use, and I'll end with this. Everything on your charts with the systems, right? And this class is for the systems. There's a reason why. So just like we can use it, okay, I want to show you guys, let me find a good example here, and then we'll end with this. So rather than being scared, right, and being frightened of the market, we need to be cool, calm, and collected. Let's see here. So while everyone else is panicking, right, and losing money, we want to be getting ready. Let's see here. And I just want to pick a random pair. A random pair. A random pair. Look at this. All right. This is not a good example, okay? But let me find, I want to find a good example. It might take all night to do that, though. Hold on. Oh. Let me go here. Let's go here. We'll go to Stock Boss. All right, look here. Look here for a second. That's on you see here? You see here? Look here. Good. This is a good example here. So if you guys are using the system, look here. All right, good example. We'll end with this. I'll let you guys go. So learn to trust your systems. All right. So here, buy signal, markup phase. What color are the support and resistance here?
Yellows. Yeah.
Yellow, 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 right? Look what happened. Purple, support and resistance. right? Purple support and resistance. We got a sell signal here, right? Bought here, sold here, right? Change in direction, purple support and resistance, change in direction. What color support here and resistance? Purple. What color here? Purple, right? What color here? Purple. All right. What color support and resistance might come in next? What color? Markup phase, markdown phase. What comes next? Usually
Consolidation.
consolidation. All right. So what color would the support and resistance be? What color?
So in the consolidation phase, would it be yellow?
Yeah, yellow, right? Right. Yellow. Right.
But would
Now
it be going back and forth between yellow and purple?
it
in that
might,
consolidation?
it might do that, but the point is this, right? Markup, yellow, mark down, right? What comes next? What comes next? After markdown phase, right? Accumulation, yes, but what comes after that? What type of candle? But I mean, what type of support and resistance are we looking for next?
Yellow.
Yellow, yellow. So if you start seeing yellow support and resistance, guess what? What's happening? You're getting a turn, right? A turn in direction, right? In the price. So just like purple support and resistance at the top will give us a turn, right? Just like here, right? At the top, purple support and resistance, right? Signals a turn. Yellow support and resistance down here will signal a turn to move higher.
Makes sense.
You see that?
Mhm.
So when if we get a yellow support and resistance, that means within the markdown phase, we get in higher highs, higher lows. If we get purple support and resistance within the markup phase, that's a warning because we get in lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. So if we got a higher high and higher lows, guess what? The short trade would close, right? I told you guys it would be done, but I want to show you guys this. I can guarantee you this has a short trade on it. Okay, so look here. I can guarantee you guys this has a short trade on it. So let's turn on the short. If you got, when you're using your system, if you're concerned, you can turn on the short to see if you should be going long. And if the trade is still short, you don't go long. All right, that makes sense. You can turn on your short, and right here, the short is still in the trade, which should tell us we should not be going long. We got to wait for that short to close before we go long.
Which would be the yellow. Yeah.
Yeah. So here's your short signal right here. So it's currently in a short trade. All right. In order for this short trade to close, all right, I'm going to give you one more question before we leave. One more question. What would have to happen for this short trade here? This is the short trade. Red arrow here, right? Here was the short position. Here was the long trade, right? Bought here, sold here. It went short here on a break of support right here. And currently it's in the markdown phase. What would have to happen for the system to now exit, close this short trade? What would have to happen to price? If the long has to break support to close the trade right here, break support, what would the short position have to do here to close the trade?
We'll
Was
have to
that
break the resistance.
you would have to break resistance. Yes, you would have to break resistance. That resistance might be up here, right? It might consolidate a bit and form new resistance up here. This right here could be previous support becomes resistance, right? It might make a move. I doubt it, right? It might make a move up to this area in here and then close the trade here. All right. And by that time, we might see a yellow support and resistance form up in this area here, because now we get in, guess what? Higher highs, higher lows. It's reverse. And now breaks resistance, close the trade. Good job. Good job, guys. Good job. Good job. Good job.
Thanks, David.
Yeah. All right. So use the systems. Use your systems. It's here to help you guys. Okay. And I know some of you are new to it. All right. Some of you haven't gotten your installation yet, Solomon. I'm talking to you. You'll get yours on Friday, this Friday. Okay. But this is important. So learn this stuff. All right. Learn this stuff. All right,
Okay,
guys.
Mr. David.
Welcome, welcome. I will see you guys on I'll see you guys tomorrow for equities. Okay. And on for you, Solomon, on Friday. All right, guys. Dean, good job. Good job.
Yeah, thank you, guys. Thanks.
Good job, buddy. Okay. Take care,
Thank you,
guys.
David. Good night,
Have a
everyone.
good night, Mr. David.
Good night. Good night, guys.
Good night.
Hey, David.
Yes. Hey, Joe.
Hey, next week we could probably, can we do an update on mine? Because I don't get the support and resistance lines on mine.
Yeah, we don't have to wait that long. We can do it. Just touch base with me offline. We can set it up for tomorrow or Friday.
All right, great. Sounds good.
Okay, buddy. Okay.
All right. Take
Bye-bye.
care. Okay, bye.